So we're just out for a bit of a spring walk, and we've walked into this field. I don't know if you can see this on the camera. There's just thousands of speedwell flowers there. A whole drift of them right the way through the field there. Let's get a closer look. Pretty, and there are millions of them. The whole field is dusted with blue speedwell flowers. Isn't that nice? And then down here we've got what I think is a fumitory. Very pretty little wine red flowers. I think that's a fumitory. I'll identify it and put the actual identity on screen. And then right here we've got lots of shepherd's purse, and this is a cabbage family, mustard family plant, and these stems and leaves and seed pods and everything are all edible, and they taste a bit like rocket because it is a relative of rocket. And then down here, this is not a pink flower. This is called red dead nettle. And even though this is a colour that we would call pink, this is actually known as red dead nettle. So we've got a damp, shady little woodland dell here, and it's very common to find these in those sorts of locations. These are celandines, one of the earliest flowering spring flowers. Often you see great carpets of these yellow celandines, but we just got one little solitary plant here, but really doing very nicely. And what a beautiful little flower that is, isn't it? And here in the hedgerow, I think this is most likely sloes. Yes, it's quite a spiny little bush. You can see here there are spines, not very spiny actually for sloes, so it might be bullace plums. But here we go, this is all the blossom that's going to turn into fruit later in the summer. Possibly sloes, possibly bullace plums, maybe cherry plums even. They are all quite similar plants and quite similar flowers. Here we got a willow, catkins in full flower. These are in fact the flowers of the willow tree. Let's get a bit closer up to some others up there. Let's have a look at those. And you can see the yellow pollen on there. Very nice. A real sign of spring when you see the catkins open like this. Just going to have a quick look at a couple of interesting food items that I picked up today in Poundstretcher in Havant. And what we have here is we've got some kind of fake Kinder eggs, so Eggo toys. I think Ashens has already actually reviewed these, but we're going to have a look anyway. And unicorn wheels. You didn't know unicorns had wheels, did you? Well, they don't. This is wheels to put on your unicorn, of course. So let's have a look. Well, let's have a look at the unicorn wheels first, shall we? So there are 10 of these in the pack, and they cost 45 pence. 45 pence for this pack of unicorn wheels. I am not going to read the ingredients for two reasons. That's too small and I haven't got my reading glasses, and also we haven't got time. There are all the ingredients in there. So let's open these up and have a look. They're not individually wrapped, but the pack is kind of a clamshell type of affair. So the description is strawberry flavour, coated marshmallow scented sandwich biscuits with rainbow granules. Well, Let's have a look. So these are going to be a bit like wagon wheels, I think. Wagon wheels are the UK equivalent of what you might know as a moon pie, I think. Anyway, let's have a look. So yes, they are very, very light. It's almost like, feels like it's maybe got polystyrene inside or something like that. So yes, those are coated in rainbow granules. So we now know that the colours of the rainbow are pink, brown and yellow. Good. Let's have a bite. Yeah, so it's a kind of a light, crisp biscuit. Like a sweet cracker with marshmallow in between and kind of strawberry flavoured chocolate on the outside. Very sweet, but yeah, they're all right. Kind of a little bit bland. They taste faintly of strawberry, and I've still got 9 left, so that's enough to fit wheels to 2 unicorns plus 1 spare. Let's have a look at these Eggo toys then. So this was 69p for this pack of 3 Eggo toys. And we've got, well, that one's been smashed. Okay, so we've got 3 egg-shaped chocolate things, presumably with some sort of gift or toy inside. Well, let's open them all up and see what we've got, shall we? So, yeah, smashed already. I'll taste a little bit of the chocolate. I'm not expecting this to be high quality. No. It's got that really dry, dusty, cheap chocolate taste. I probably won't be eating any more of that. Here's the little pod from this one. Oh, there's a weird aftertaste to that chocolate. It's a tiny house. With, look, you have to assemble something. Now, this was always my criticism of Kinder Egg toys, is that over the years they lost a lot of the assembly, but there really wasn't much point me assembling that, was there? It's just snapping in 2 pieces of plastic together. So a tiny plastic house. No idea what you'd do with that. Perhaps that's a doll's house to go inside a doll's house. Okay, we'll open another one. Oh, the chocolate is kind of melted to the pod. And we've got here what looks like a tiny skateboard. Yeah, so, oh, it's got a sticker that can go on it. A tiny plastic skateboard. Really, well, it does, the wheels do turn. And there we go, we can put skateboard sticker on it, just in case you were in any doubt as to what this object is. It's identified by the sticker that's stuck on it. And there we go, we can do tiny tricks, except it's garbage. And the last one, cool. Wow, that one did not want to open. And again, chocolate is melted to it. Oh, it's another tiny skateboard. Great. Well, I'm not even going to open that. So there we go. So cheap, nasty chocolate. Yep. Surrounding a bunch of plastic which will end up in the ocean. Fantastic value. So now I've understood why that chocolate was so weird tasting. It's actually something called milk compound chocolate. So it's made from sugar, hydrogenated palm oil, demineralized whey powder, cocoa powder, emulsifier, and aroma, which is vanillin and chocolate flavour. There we go. That's why that was not terribly exciting chocolate. So here's a weird thing I saw when I was out shopping the other day. I went to a car park where they fitted a new payment machine, and it's one of these pay on exit machines. In fact, they went to great lengths to stress that it's a pay on exit system, which is fine. I like pay on exit systems because you pay for what you use. So when I came back to my car, I was a bit confused by the user interface on the payment machine, and I think this is a bit weird, actually. In fact, I think it's a bad interface. See what you think. So you enter your card registration number because it's got an ANPR system, so it's recognised my car on the way in, and it tells me how long I've stayed in the car park. Now, most ANPR type pay on exit systems would at this point just tell me what I need to pay, but for some reason this one tells me what I need to pay, but then gives me the choice to pay something else if I want to, which I just didn't understand at all. Why on earth would you want that? It's a bit weird, isn't it? But what do you think? Let me know in the comments. So having just criticised someone else's stupidity, I guess it's time to own up to a little bit of stupidity of my own. Here's a workshop safety tip. When you're cutting things with a hole saw in a drill press, you should clamp down the workpiece, because hole saws have a nasty habit of binding and grabbing the workpiece and spinning it round. See, I knew that, but I thought I could take a shortcut here. I thought the workpiece was big enough that I could hold it down securely. Clearly, I was wrong, and yet a quarter of the way into drilling this piece of wood and resin, it grabbed and spun it round, and where the resin had sharp edges, it sliced my hand. And there you go. That's what happens if you don't do what you know you should. So I got off quite lightly, I would say. I got just a couple of lacerations, including one reasonably deep one, but it's healing up okay on my thumb, and I got a kind of bruise along this finger as well. So I was lucky. That could have been a lot worse. So I don't know, it's obvious, isn't it? I knew what I should have been doing, I just didn't do it. So maybe next time I'll be more careful. The other thing I picked up while I was in Havant was this bar tong, and I am a sucker for this mechanism. I just think that's a fantastic little thing. I paid £3 for that in a charity shop. Not a thing I really need, although it is useful for getting pickled onions and things out of jars. But yeah, I just love that mechanism. So I don't know. I don't know whether I'll use this as a bar tong or whether I will incorporate it into some sort of other gadget or machine. But I couldn't leave that on the shelf. It's just too much fun. So that's all for this random video. Thanks for watching, and I hope to see you again soon.